I absolutely love the story of Joe taping your ankles
Yeah.
before your final retirement press conference. How early in the day did you need to get this done and make sure that you had the confidence?
I don't know. We kind of walked in there to do it and saw Joe and decided we were going to execute some tapage. We kind of just did it right before I went out there. Yeah.
Have you ever had a request like that, Joe?
No, I haven't had it, but I haven't had too many players in my time that have retired that deserve worthy of it. You know what I mean, or
Okay.
required it. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Most of our retirement guys probably are just a little sign off, but Jason's was a little bit bigger deal.
Did you have your ankles taped when you celebrated the 2017 Super Bowl?
Absolutely. Taped by this guy right here, for sure. Yeah, Joe taped me my whole career outside of the last season when he was battling cancer. So, yeah, every game that I played, I had that tape on.
How incredible is that story, Joe overcoming that and just battling through that? And you had talked about that up on stage a little bit, but pretty special.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's interesting because, trainers are usually on the other side of it. They're the ones helping players get over injuries and overcoming misfortune in their lives. And, Joe obviously did that for me when I won this award in 2014 after coming back from ACL, MCL surgery. Joe rehabbed me back from that, rehabbed me back from a lot of other injuries in my career. And he did that for a lot of players. So to see him on the other side of that, now all of a sudden he's the one who's having to battle something. And it was, I don't know, if you learn a lot about a spirit of somebody when you go through adversity together. And, he offered so much encouragement, support, and guidance when I was ever injured and throughout my career. It didn't really strike me as too surprising that, he felt the whole time he was going to get over it. He was going to beat it. Felt very confident. Stick to a super regimen. I mean, went about it just like he did as a rehabilitation expert. He had a formulaic way he was going to do it. He went completely vegan, cleaned up his diet, was really regimented in his working out and everything. And I don't think it's any surprise that he got over it to the point that, I know he ended up getting surgery. He didn't even have to have surgery. Like the whole thing completely went into remission. I mean, he completely kicked the cancer's ass that was trying to get him. So, it was not surprising at all.
It's interesting because a player, you probably have been inspired by players that you've taped up or you've worked through and you see their injuries, they're battling on Sundays. You take some, I'm guessing, drive or motivation out of that. Jason's talking about how they saw you in that same way. So that must be interesting for you to be like, hey, man, I've seen these guys battle through crazy injuries to get out there on Sundays. Then they look at me kind of the same way.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of talked about that earlier, but it's cool to see these guys, or it's humbling to see guys put their body through, a car wreck 70, 80 times on Sunday and then do it again 7 days later. And it makes you kind of think like, well, what do I have to complain about? And, Jason was the epitome of that. The guy, how many consecutive games played and starts. I remember sitting in meetings and people asking me opinion of him. And I say, toughest guy I've ever met in my life. And so to try to emulate that or just know that I had a guy that I could follow was really inspirational to me. I mean, part of my recovery was just having Jason's career in my vision because I knew how tough he was and said, like, just time to get over the next hurdle. You know what I mean? So it was great.